Hi, I'm Simon Rushton, and this is Taxi Chronicles Podcast. On this podcast, we spontaneously interview unsuspecting passengers with their permission, allowing them to share their intimate life stories and concerns. As our slogan states, real riders, real stories. Some riders prefer to be anonymous, while others ask me to tell their story later on. Either way, there are all genuine 5 to 10 minutes stories, so sit back and enjoy this episode. Morning. Yes, we're back. Another episode, another rider, another story. Today we've got a lovely lady. I will keep it anonymous for her own security. She's going to tell us about the world of wags and sugar babes and all of that. So nice to have you here today, Sally.
Hi, hey.
So tell us, how did you get into the business? What's it like?
It happened when I was younger, and a lot of the older girls that I was around used to do it. They used to have these guys that they used to go and meet in the Shard or a lot of expensive restaurants. The stuff that they used to get was astonishing. I mean, apartments, holidays to Dubai, Gucci, Chanel, like allowances of $5,000 a month. And for this, they had to do sometimes sexual acts, sometimes it used to be platonic, and I sort of wanted the lifestyle that they had, really.
Okay, so would you recommend it to anybody?
I would if you know where you are at in life, and if you are a headstrong person, then go into this. If you are not headstrong and if you're emotionally vulnerable, it's not good for your mental health at all, because what you need to realize is that you are a product. That's what you are. Whatever they pay for, that's what you have to represent and be. And I feel like a lot of girls go into this thinking that it's a fairy tale, and Cinderella is going to be Cinderella forever, but at 12 o'clock the pumpkin changes and the dress stops,
Okay.
and yeah.
How safe is it?
It is dangerous, and I do recommend any girls that are meeting a sugar daddy or are thinking of doing it to meet them in a public place a few times. Do not go to anybody's hotel, apartment straight away. There are stories of girls being drugged, trafficked, girls that are being flown out to Dubai and getting trafficked down there because they think that they're going there for a whole holiday. A lot of the Instagram models do it. They're getting flown out to Dubai on private jets, and they're actually being urinated on.
Okay.
And things like that.
Yeah, the old golden shower.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right. Okay. So do you tell us about yourself? What's your background? You said you're a student.
Yes, so I've now enrolled on an access course, and I'm going to be studying psychology next year in uni. So I'm going along with my career path as well. But if you have no career path, don't just rely on sugar babying, because at the end of the day, you're not going to be in your late 20s forever or your early 20s forever. You are going to get older, and they're not going to want you anymore. So a lot of girls think that sugar babying is going to feed their whole lifestyle, but it's not, because there's going to come a point where all that money's going to go.
Would you say it's fair to say that people can get blinded and comfortable in the moment?
Oh my god, yes. This happens to so many girls. They rely on this so much. Yes, if you're a student and you want to do it part-time, okay, that's fine. But if some girls get so in the moment to the point where they're in their 40s and they're broke, all of that money that they had, they're only rich for a certain amount of time, they don't invest it in a business, they're just broke. They're back to square one. I've seen it happen so many times.
Tell me, what's a typical day like as a wag or sugar babe?
You would get dressed, you would meet in a restaurant, you would have some wine, some food, and then you would discuss money during the dinner. So you would say, well, I want you to pay me $4,000 a month, $5,000 a month, and they just agree. They will give you half at the beginning of the month, half at the end. Yeah, and then you would go back to theirs. If it's platonic and they don't want you to do anything, then that's fine. Some of them do want you to have sex with them, and most of them do. And this is what people don't really realize about sugar babying, is that 99% of the time they want to have sex with you. and there's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. So you're
Yeah,
paying
definitely.
for thing.
Yeah, and people think that it's platonic when it's not. Like, not many. I mean, yes, there are platonic relationships, but it doesn't exist.
Would you say that's seen as like prostitution, or would you say, or do the girls see it as a different thing?
I think sugar babies see it differently because with escorts, say you see somebody and it's in and out straight. There's no emotional connection. With sugar baby, and it's different because there's that sort of companionship aspect. You go on holidays with them, you go on business trips. But yeah, I guess it does come on the lines.
Because I'm just thinking, is the fact that you just point out they discuss money, and it's very open,
Yeah.
and there's an agreement and things like that. What's the kind of most that you've ever heard of someone getting money, assets, things like that?
Well, my friend lives in a apartment in Covent Garden that's getting paid for. It's about £3 per month, and she's living there. She's getting multiple allowances from multiple men, and she's laughing, and she doesn't even work.
Okay, but she's a student as well.
Yeah.
So it's common for students then.
Yeah, it's definitely common for students. If you go to a student hall and interview some girls, so many girls are in this, but it can be dangerous because at the end of the day.
Okay. So it's all early 20s.
Yeah, but for 18-year-olds, I wouldn't advise getting involved because you're seen as very vulnerable. Men see you as quite stupid because you're like, you're the bottom of the pile. Yeah, you're the bottom of the pile.
Okay, so what kind of men are these?
Bankers, lawyers, doctors, businessmen, financial advisors.
Okay, so it's all the white collar business.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely, yes.
No blue collars involved, of course.
Yeah, no, there is no blue collars. Yeah, it's all white collars.
And would you say the majority are married men?
Some of them are married. I have never messed with married men because I don't really like it because it can come with a lot of drama. But some girls do see married men, but they do get caught. Like the penny drops and things come to an end because people get caught out.
And how do they take it?
Married men?
No, the girls.
Most of the girls, what happens is there's been a lot of times where girls fall in love with their sugar daddies, and they don't realise that you're not going to be the one to get carried away in a carriage and they're going to move you in their house and you're going to get all of their money. That's just not how it is. So most girls have this idea that your sugar daddy's going to fall in love with you and you're going to be a rich wag, but it doesn't happen like that. Some girls do. Some girls do get married off and become millionaires themselves, but yeah, I wouldn't advise young girls under the age of 20 to get into it. You need to be in your 20s, headstrong, knowing where you want to go.
You need to have some life experience.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose at that age, 18, you just left school.
Exactly.
So,
But yeah, I mean, the 18-year-olds are quite popular on the site because men quite like the idea of girls being 18.
So basically, they're just staying within the border of legal.
Yeah, definitely.
Legal thing.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. How were you approached to get into the industry?
So I used a site called Seek an Arrangement. It's quite a popular site. The guy actually got investigated for human trafficking, because he had to prove that the site was not made for sex. But yeah, I just signed up on the site when I was 18. Got these messages with all these guys offering me loads of money if you come to dinner with them. We go to a golf.
Are the girls who do this, are they actually really poor, or they just want the glamour, would you say?
So it's mostly broke students that need a bit of help. The girls that do it from abroad, you'll get Russian girls that do it abroad, or the African girls, they just want to get married to a rich man and come to England. So there's been a lot of sugar daddies who have married Russian girls, African girls, and just brought them back. But it's mostly, broke girls that need a bit of help. Yeah.
Okay.
But it is hard to leave the life because it's just a big glamour ball. It's just so fun and exciting. You go to all these places, you're getting wined and dined, and suddenly you get to experience the high life, and it's just exciting.
it sounds like that the life will leave you eventually.
Yes, it will. I'm not interested in it anymore. It's just too much to deal with. It surrounds your life a lot because you sort of are obsessed with the idea of, oh, well, I want this, and you get greedy, and you get really greedy.
You're
But
on call, aren't you? Really?
yeah, definitely.
Because if you're, but one thing you said earlier
Mhm.
was if some girls have multiple men.
Yeah.
But if some man's paying you, I would have thought he expects you to be exclusive.
Yes. So this happens all the time. So men will want exclusive relationships, and the girls will be getting five grand a month from one guy, but they'll get greedy and they'll go and find another guy. And then what happens when that guy finds out? He locks the girl off.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly she's lost another 5 grand. But I think girls have the idea of, I'm scared that this person's going to leave me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get backup sugar daddies. And I've done it myself. I've had 7 arrangements, 8 arrangements, because I'm obsessed with the idea of, like, you know, I need more.
But
I
that's a
want
lot
more.
of money, because if you're getting 5 grand a month from each person, let's say,
Yeah.
that's what, 5 times 7, which is what, 70? Is that 70?
Yeah.
10? Yes, I think it's 70,000. You can see how.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
70,000 a month.
yeah. I mean, my bank was calling me up, asking me where this is coming from.
Don't you ask for cash or Bitcoin? You should have said Bitcoin.
Yeah. So
Cash.
what I've been doing now is, like, you know, buying stuff,
Okay.
watches,
No, don't
jewelry.
do that. Don't do that. I'll tell
Because
you what to do. Don't do that.
yeah, because the
Forget
bank.
those assets that depreciate in value. You need to invest
Yeah.
in gold, other things. You've got family members. Yeah, all
Yeah.
those kind of things. Don't start buying useless
Yeah.
crap that's gonna.
I am still involved in it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying I'm clean. I am still involved in it, but I will be leaving pretty soon once I get what I need to do.
Well, it's gonna, to me, I'd say I wish you well, but it's
Yeah.
going to be hard, because you're telling me if you, let's say 70 grand a month is like a footballer's wage, and you're getting living a high life, so you've got no bills, and you're going to go to maybe what 30 grand.
Well,
teaching.
I'm planning to move out soon, so I'm planning to invest in a flat. So I'm gonna do the shared scheme, and I'm planning to invest in a flat in London, and then I'll probably kick back from there. We'll try to.
Okay.
Try to kick back from there.
Well.
Oh, thanks for the interview, and it was great to meet you, and it felt good to like discuss it.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for that, and we wish you well.
Thank you. Bye.
We hope you liked that episode. Keeping in mind, we never know who we're going to interview. We post twice a day, 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. GMT. Have you ever considered the future economies to invest in? Why not listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories? Considering Africa has the fastest growing economies and population on Earth, and has done for many years, it holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. We publish twice a week, Tuesday with a guest investor, and Fridays talking about investment, politics and history, providing a clear understanding for any potential investor.